Okay, guys, so excited. Hello, my name is Rachel Feldman. So excited for you guys to be here. Hello, Janet. All right, drop in because we are going to actually do this a little different. We are actually going to do like live coaching. So drop in if you want to be a part of this and you want to get your funnel hacked as a health coach, because the one thing is, guys, it is so significantly different between like an entrepreneur and a health coach. So if you're ready, let me know and I will bring you right on. Okay, Janet said yes. All right, perfect. Janet, I'm going to bring you on and you're going to be with me. Hey, can you hear me? I can't hear you though.
Hi, Rach.
Hello. I said to my husband last night, I was like, I am doing this. He was like, why? I was like, because this is where everyone gets like stuck.
Yes.
So, all right. So
I'm so happy you did.
What?
I said I'm so happy you did.
Well, and I love all your notes. So like clearly in the back you're doing your work because
yes.
my whiteboards are over there and there's 6 of them. Okay. So let's go over this first. Like, what is the niche? What's the target market? And kind of break down even for, anyone watching, like what is kind of the struggle of where you are right now?
Okay. So I am a public school teacher for 20 years now, and I love my job, but I have this passion to create my health coaching business to help the stressed teachers in my school, because as you know, there are many of them, and I used to be one of them, and I have found many ways, including self-care, eating better, timing my food properly, getting the right movement, all these wonderful tools that I have, and I want to help other teachers in my school who I know could really use my help. I could tell.
Mm-hmm.
So I've recently formed we have a classroom that's transformed into what they call a Zen Den. It's like a meditation classroom.
Yeah.
And I kind of jumped all over that. And I said, whatever teachers have free at 12 o'clock on Mondays, please come in and join me. And I've been coaching them.
Oh my God. Like during, so what? Just this like free time?
Yeah, it's at the tail end of our lunch period. I bring them in and we've done some heart opening stretches, and I talk to them about what I call shining, which is shift higher into new energy, me being the Shining Life Health Coach. So I'm working on that right now. And I also just started a 4-week email, a free email to the teachers in my school, Monday morning inspirational email.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of this, I'm thinking it could be a really nice springboard to what I envision as a summers off, reset your life. Time for you. Teachers, you have your summer off, and I want to help them to reset and kind of pull in all the reins.
Yeah, and I would even, I think the biggest thing is, let's even, before we do the funnel, like reverse engineer into the problems, because the amount of coaches I talked to like in the last like 4 days, it's not ever the knowledge. It's really figuring out what is the problem people are facing. Because for us, and I always explain this like 0 to 4, you're at like the 4. So you're already saying, oh my God, I was this at stage 0. Mm-hmm. Then stage 1, I had to like teach myself this. Stage 2, I had to go through this. And I think often as coaches, we forget the transformation and how much we worked through the process to get there. So we're like, I don't understand why this client's not wanting to sign up for my mindset program. It's like, but that wasn't their like pain at stage 0 or 1. And even furthermore, our clients, even though they're our ideal client, they're not always the 10%, which we are.
Mhm.
It's just like when we say, the 1% in, economy and the 99, it's like the 10% are the people who are researching, they're Googling, they're doing whatever, as crazy as it could sound, to get them to another place in life.
Mhm.
And it's not a smart or not smart. It's about saying, what is this really stressed out teacher? What are her problems? So,
Well, in answer to your question, and I did download your blueprint, and I went through everything, defining my story and what I think the pain points were. I did all the work that you emailed. I loved that. Thank you so much. It was so clarifying.
oh, I'm so happy. I mean, seriously, when I look at like breaking down the different ways, because the other thing is, a funnel hacking is really about thinking about these three different avatars. So you have the teacher, and one of my clients calls her like the McDonald's mom. It's horrible, but that's what she actually calls her. And I think it's brilliant, because I had that mom or that woman who was like, I really don't want to talk about like crazy like things I'm going to have to do. I just want to know how to like get my energy back.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't this like deep transformation, but she was still my mass mom, mass woman. And the thing that she allowed me to do was to sustain as I refined my message and to niche down, and got to the place where I was like, okay, I'm still attracting, sometimes this McDonald's mom is like, oh my God, I just want to lose weight. I just wanted this. But my ideal client and my soul client is the opposite of her, even though the McDonald's mom still, she came in for what she wanted, which was weight.
Gotcha.
Which was, oh my God, my hair's falling out. Oh my God, my skin's so dry. Oh my God, I'm working out 2 hours a day and I'm not losing weight. But what she realized through working with me, and this is why I always say to coaches, like, you don't have to be a weight loss coach to talk weight loss, because that might be somebody's problem or pain point or sugar, but you can still backdoor them to the journey, because somebody will be like, wait, what? You want me to do a write and burn? I'm like, yeah. If you really want what you said you want, which is why I had you write down your goal and your desires and what will happen if you don't change.
I see what you're saying. And Rach, one other thing I wanted to tell you is I also was divorced. And while I was getting divorced, one thing that got me through my whole journey back to, this shining life of happiness where I am now, is I am a very dedicated gratitude journal writer in the morning. So I'm very, very big into scribing in the morning as part of a morning routine. And I believe and know for a fact that if you do visualize and scribe in the morning, you can create a new life. So I'm very into that. Also, I do a lot of work with changing negative thoughts to positive thoughts. A lot of worrying goes on as a teacher, anxiety in the morning, worrying about observations and parent meetings. And so I do a lot of flipping the script from negative thinking to positive thinking. And
so now, and what's great about this is this can also be applicable if you're a mindset coach, and emotional eating coach. Like what we're talking about right now is applicable to anything. So, and that's why I always say, like, get really clear on like your daily habits, and because that's the marketable part. You're like, hey, I was once this. I struggled with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Right.
Now, and this is what I took in step 1. This is what I took in step 2, step 3. And now I have this kind of life.
Exactly.
So when we think about your version of summer school, and we think about really turning this into money making instead of just like a free, the free is, I'm going to do this in a different color.
Okay. Thank you for taking the notes. I love this.
No, well, we're going to just put them on a download page.
Okay.
So the free is that you have this authority building class.
Yeah, and the friends at work are loving it, and every morning they say, thank you for the email, we love it, and they're really enjoying it. So I want to take it now to the next level in a way that I know you're very into this also, and that's one of the things that really resonated with me to you, is that you're running a family with kids, and it's somehow, and I know you're really big into self-care, and I'm very similar. It's like looking in a mirror. And I need to make it manageable.
Well, and that's the thing that I always said, like, even, and I hear coaches all the time say, like, well, they're not doing my course, they're not this. And I always say, breathe, because I remember the first time one of the people I actually worked in commercial real estate, she bought my program, and I was like, oh my God, like, she's buying this, like, this is crazy, I hope it works.
Yeah.
And she said to me, she was like, on day 7, we're golden. Like, you got us off of, the cheese that was like making me feel, you got us off of gluten, you have us juicing. And I was like, oh my gosh, she's not going to like finish the program. Like, maybe I messed up.
Right.
And so I reached out to her and said, like, this was in the early, like the first like year and a half. And I was like, do you want your money back or something? And she was like, no, you changed her life. We got what we need. And I think that's the part to also realize is, it has to be really manageable for that avatar, that buyer personality. Yours is teacher. So I would say, like, the same could be applicable to corporate wellness. Anyone in corporate, anybody who is a really busy mom whose kids come home from activities, and really homework starts at about like 7:30 when one would be starting to, close down. That's really the life of a teacher, because you're coming home, you're handling the emails that are coming in from you from the day that you didn't get to. So you don't have these parents going, nah, 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 at the principal.
Yes, exactly. And then I have a bunch of high school girlfriends who also, moms too, they're hitting 49 and 50, and they're feeling burnt out, and and they want my help too. So I'm like, well, do I just do the teachers, or can I also entertain helping, all my high school girlfriends who are approaching 50, and they're kind of just feeling like, wow, is this all there is? And their jeans are tight. And
so the answer is, and this is why when I just had a coach say to me, so Rach, like, oh my God, I think I'm breathing now because you told me like my story, I can have all of it. And I was like, well, yeah, that's your story. Never say no to money. And I don't mean just money. I think as entrepreneurs and empaths and feelers, who are most of the people that follow me, it is your story, and your story is not just this one side. Like, you're a teacher, but you're also a mom, and women in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. Like I was just saying, I remember waking up at 42 and being like, what is this belly thing?
Oh yes, I'm with you.
And then finally saying to my doctor, that's it. You told me to go to this hormone person. Like, that's it. I'm done. This was never. And I think that's the big message. It's not just the program and the opt-in freebie. It's the message. So the message is, from most women in their 40s, I don't know. It's not working anymore. The diet I did is not working anymore.
It's so true.
Exhausted. My hair's falling out. I look at myself, I'm like dry, and like
it's so true.
Plump, and I'm not like, I love my husband, but I have like nothing. My sex drive is non-existent. What the heck is going on with me? I used to be able to eat like a little pizza or bread and be totally fine, and now I do, and I blow up like a donut.
Same. Yeah, gluten-free all the way.
Right. The biggest thing when we think about like funnels is not just the funnel, and that's the mistake I see, is someone's like, this opt-in's not converting. I said, well, then you haven't nailed down the message.
Okay.
So the big thing is we want to use things in multiple ways. You as a woman, you're like, I am teaching women who are struggling with this belly bump, you have no daily habits. Instead of being like, I help women who struggle, with 1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm.
We're past that point kind of in marketing where you want to really say, like, what are the pain points? I work with women who are exhausted. They're fried. They don't even want to come home and like spend time with their family. They
Right.
just want to plop in bed,
Correct.
have a treat me like meal, and then a treat me drink, and then 5 other treat me drinks, which all
Right.
of a sudden my sugars are going.
Oh, the blood sugar roller coaster. Yeah, I've been there.
And this is the kind of talk. That's why if we deviate from that, what I call the typical elevator pitch, we're in a different time. People are like, okay, everyone's talking about this. So what makes you different? You're going to talk about their problems, blood sugar,
emotional eating, big in the school.
Not in school, women. Yeah. This is what I want you to think.
Yes.
As a stressed out teacher, a woman is as stressed. Corporate, new mom, kids growing up and going through phases. Who am I right now? I don't even know who I am. My kids are closing their doors. They don't need me anymore.
So true.
Oh, my husband says, oh, honey, you look great, but doesn't look at me the same way. Or I don't even feel like I like myself. I don't want to put on a bathing suit. I don't want to put on jeans. I don't want to put on makeup. I don't want to put on, like, that's what I call that this like divine shift that can either be like, I want to literally jump out of the first floor window and hope for a long fall, or, oh my God, could I have turned 40 at 13? That's how I feel.
No, I hear you loud and clear. I agree with everything that you're saying. The reason that I wanted to do this 14-day thing that you offered today is because I always envisioned myself having some type of digital platform on Teachable. And I know that I would then have to back into that to have maybe a webinar to the visibility. Or maybe I'll do a 7-day free challenge, get to know me.
I'm going to give 3 different funnels for this. Because free on website is one thing. I really feel like bundles, because what it also allows you to do in the days of email marketing, it's not that it's dead, it's just people are overrun by emails. A bundle, and we have like problem 1. And problem 1 and problem 2, these are your pillars. So like for me, it was at that time, weight loss, digestion, and essential oils, because those were really my 3 pillars at that time. Then I added in I was like, well, here's a big bundle. It allowed me to email and say, tomorrow you're getting this free, so open it. So I would say like free, really look at the bundle. Paid is that you can do a workshop.
I love workshops because naturally as a teacher, for me, it feels so good. It feels so natural. But Rach, just so you know, I love to type, and I've been listening to you for a while now, and I've typed up all of these binders full of ideas, and maybe I should create a membership tribe for them, and I kind of keep jumping around, not knowing what to do. I typed a 26-page book. I thought maybe I should publish a book, and I keep spinning from thing to thing. And I feel that now that I have the summer off, I want to focus on, like you said, bringing all of this alive into finally making it an entrepreneurship. So I was hoping you could help me do that.
So I would always say, like, keep your big vision list. I mean, let me just, I'm going to flip around this so you can see. Like, those are my whiteboards.
Yes, I have them right here, all of them.
They're hanging up. Like, don't let go of that.
I have them, Rach. Look, they're here.
Yeah, well, that's why I said, I was like, I'm so proud of you. Like, don't give up this. And this is for anyone also watching. Like, everything is a calculator. That's why I call her Susie after one of my childhood friends.
Yeah.
like enormous in personality, and she's a huge calculator.
Mm-hmm.
So if you wanted to do something like a $50 workshop, let's just say like something that people felt was different, like the estrogen dominance or the menopause or something from one of the programs that you've bought or that you want to buy, is
Okay.
that a paid one with high value could
Mm-hmm.
be $50.
Mm-hmm.
And this is, let's just say, offline first.
Well, which one would you suggest? Because I did my own in my home. I had a vision board workshop and the girls loved it. And then that was the end of it. You know, I took them through sage clearing in the middle and I made it really special.
So we're going to do both. We're going to
Okay.
hit both. When you start to see the numbers,
Mm-hmm. I've also done gratitude journaling workshops at the JCC, the community center near my home, where I teach people how to gratitude journal with powerful I am statements and affirmations.
so let's just go into the only problem that we see
Mm-hmm.
is where are you leading them? So it's either that you're doing this free and everyone loves it,
Mm-hmm.
or you have a paid workshop
Mm-hmm.
as like chakra alignment.
Mm-hmm.
And this could be $97,
Mm-hmm.
2 to 3 hours. Because people always say, oh, that's so cheap, but you only get to this next like stage of your business by building trust.
Mm-hmm.
And so I actually, I have a good friend who's a health coach who I worked with many years ago,
Mm-hmm.
who does a like 3-month entire like high ticket kind of program. But she built that up by doing this like $35. I mean, even when we think about it, you're like, oh, $35. Like, I would love to go to that.
Sure, I would.
Once you hit like 50 and over, you're like, okay, what am I getting? This could even be that they're coming for a workshop on any one of the topics. I mean, this could be even like the menopause workshop or the journaling. And then what are you giving them? They get, that might be like your chakra healing tools, you know, like be clear, and then where do they go?
Mm-hmm. And
So,
Rach, you know the mindset makeover, the 21-day reset your life.
yeah.
You know, I was wondering how I would be able to use that and even, you know, put it into my own words and maybe create a teachable from it at the end.
So let's take any free topic, and this is what I mean. Whether, because the thing about done for you programs is it just gives you a template to start.
Mm-hmm.
You want to go in and be like, here, guys, come to like this free workshop on journaling.
Mm-hmm.
If we have this free workshop, and let's just say this is offline, this could be same thing as a webinar, free webinar, or free 3-part like series on.
It could be the emails that I sent the teachers for the 4 weeks. It could be that the emails.
It could be, I mean, you could talk about like here, I have my, like my bowl, you know, that, you know, my clearing bowl. Like,
yeah.
You could have like here in this video, you can have all the essential oil.
Healing stones, oils.
Forks, all your little tricks and tools.
Right.
I always say to people, it's not the program, it's a trick and tool. The program is like the template, like this pyramid, you know, that medical medium suggests that I have on my desktop to ground things. Like it's your tricks and tools that people are like, what's she doing? I've never heard anybody do that. Oh my God, she's got a 7 essential oil blend, or wow, she says I should have, you know, these tuning forks, or I should, you know, do this journaling. So this could be, or a vision board. This could be like the 3 pillars. That's what I would say. This is where everyone gets confused. They're like, nobody's signing up for my freebie. Or they're signing up, it's not converting. Well, you're not sharing with them enough about your daily habits. You're like, hey, stop binge eating. But it's like, well, how?
Yeah.
Stop binge eating by, let's step number one, day one,
Mm-hmm.
this is what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
2 days later, you're going to get another video on the second step because we're going to talk about controlling blood sugar.
Mm-hmm.
The
Okay.
third is going to be mindset. So,
okay. I see where you're going with this. This is good. So it's like building on the next step.
okay. So a funnel is like dating, or let's just say sex. Let's just say
Mm-hmm.
you wouldn't be like, oh my God, I really like you. Marry me.
Right.
You'd be like, hey, how are you? Like, let me tell you a little about myself. And why don't we see if we kind of like get each other?
Mm-hmm.
You have another date, and it's like you get a little deeper into conversation about your life. You're like, when I was really young, my parents got divorced. It was really hard for me. And I started binge eating.
Mm-hmm.
I started like stepping out of myself. And that person goes, wow, my parents got divorced, a male or woman, whatever your partner is.
Mm-hmm.
You would say, wow, my parents got divorced, but I didn't feel it exactly that way.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, well, let me explain a little bit more in detail.
But how are you doing that? Are you doing it in a webinar, in a live? How are you doing it?
So I always suggest two things. If you're face-to-face, you energetic, and no matter who you are, whether you're empath or not, introvert, extrovert, you can feel people.
Oh, yes.
And
I couldn't agree with you more.
Like start, if somebody's struggling with their business, I always say, like, please start offline, talk to people, because you can feel, or you can watch body go like this, and you're like, you know what? Let me explain. Maybe that word health coach makes no sense. So let me dive deeper. I became a coach because I knew that there wasn't this one magic bullet solution.
Mm-hmm.
I became a coach because the system failed me in the following ways. I became a coach, and they're like, oh my God, I don't poop. And you're like, let's get you pooping. Like, you can have that interaction right there, and you can feel it. So you can bring what you want to say. And usually the people who don't convert, who say I'm not working offline, is they haven't opened up that authentic heart soul business. Mm-hmm. And so that's where they're getting stuck. At the end of any free workshop, mm-hmm. or like the teachers or anybody listening, you should say, guys, you know what? This is really amazing, but I'm not doing you the service that I could really, because when I struggled with this, I felt 1, I felt 2, mm-hmm. 3. I was experiencing issues like, rashes, like histamine reactions. I was constipated. I was whatever it was for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then say, you know what, we're starting this like 3-month mindset mastery on this date. We have all summer to get our stuff aligned, mm-hmm. to chakra alignment ourselves, to learn how to deal with negative people and parents.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So that's for one pitch. The other is, oh my God, yeah, totally. All my girlfriends who grew up with me, mm-hmm. let's, lose weight, get ourselves on track, get off of gluten, get off the junk, mm-hmm. and not gain weight during the summer.
Mm-hmm.
And if we were pitching during mm-hmm. September, we would say, oh my God, between kids going back to school and Labor Day, OMG, what? Mm-hmm. Many of us probably had fun, went to the beach, went on vacation, trying. Mm-hmm. Now let's get soul-centered so that we can handle school with grace, without adrenal issues that lead to cortisol and weight gain and feeling blah. The other pitch would be like, hey, ladies, oh my God, yeah, totally. All the weight we got from the summer and getting off track, mm-hmm. just message it differently.
Okay. So how do we put it all together?
So you can do, I think in the day of Facebook, if you wanted to do a Facebook Live, that's mm-hmm. very easy to do a PowerPoint.
I can make PowerPoints.
Well, if you, let's just say you hypothetically buy like the 3-month mindset makeover,
Right.
or even when I think of all of our mindset programs,
Right.
I of Reset Your Life in 21 Days.
That's the one that I feel would work well.
Yeah. And so I feel like, that also, and this, guys, for any of you, our buyer avatars are different. Like the Reset Your Life in 21 Days is like, guys, 21 days. I had a mom's group with intention to start at 6 weeks. It lasted 4 years.
Oh my gosh.
Because everyone kept saying, look, this support is amazing. And I feel so alone in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I feel so alone. So it just kept going and going and going. You could do a Facebook Live leading to 21 day. And remember, the message is for teachers, like reset habits, de-stress, put you first.
Exactly.
But the other message for college friends, for high school, is put you first. Don't let summer take you down and skin issues. Wait, thyroid. I mean, it's usually like, it's just a different based on your own avatar. And sometimes we say, well, I don't know who an avatar is. And I always say, decomplicate it. Just like ask yourself what your own experience was.
Right. It's like you looking in the mirror.
Right. Or maybe you were a caretaker and you witnessed someone else, but it's your feelings. People don't buy the program. They buy what you're saying. So if you're like, guys, I'm starting this amazing, like, I did something called Sisterhood Wellness in the beginning of June years ago when I was coaching. And everyone was like, oh my God, yeah, kids aren't out of school yet. I'm going to do this in June. For your teachers, maybe you need to do this in July because that's their time.
Yeah.
But for your other, weight loss, or maybe it is like 21 day reset is for your teachers, and you extend that if they so want it, because there's just enough information.
Okay, so maybe I'll do that then. Because the thing I like about that 21 day reset is it has the clean eating, but in addition to that, it has all the mindset work of the toxic people, the essential oils, gratitude journaling.
So remember, like, let's just even look at this for funnels in general. You also have to think, and for you as a teacher, you understand these different ways of learning. When we think about funnels and we think about, wow, this person's not opting in, it is the message before that opt-in, but you also want to think, is that the way they process information? So I like to do a PDF download leading to a one-on-one call.
Teachers are very visual.
Yep. Or I like to do a PDF plus webinar pre-recorded. Or a live webinar, or a live class. And this is why every funnel can be online or offline.
Right.
Like somebody's saying, well, how do you do the PDF download? I mean, of course I would have that online, but if your goal is to get them to your one-on-one, that's where you marry the power of online with offline. Or you do a live class where you're like, hey, I'm giving you a PDF download. Check your phone. I've sent this before. That still can lead. It still can lead to the same goal of the 21 day like reset, or 21 days to end yo-yo dieting. Or 21 days to reset your habits as a teacher. Or 21 days to not let school
take you over.
Take you down.
Yeah, exactly.
Down to the ground.
Oh, yes.
That's it. Every
Okay.
funnel, like it can always lead back to the same program.
Mm-hmm.
The idea is when we think about our opt-in freebies or like, you've always said if that vision board was really successful,
Mm-hmm.
you say, guys, I'm doing this and I have a really special offer. And then you do a bring a BFF for free
Mm-hmm.
or bring your mom, bring your friend.
Mm-hmm.
And that all of a sudden turns into let's just say 21-day program at 97 and you go with 30 people. That's 2009-10.
Right. That would be wonderful. I would love that.
But it's just leading them from what they know. You can always do though, and this is what I always say is
Mm-hmm.
paid workshops is one of my favorites in the summer. And I also did paid mom's night.
Mm-hmm.
So this is where it's like your funnel can be a paid workshop for say
Mm-hmm.
like 30 to 50, or anything. Let's
Right.
just say like 10 women. Let's say you make 500.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end, you're like, hey, ladies, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
Lead to my reset. Oops, right there. Lead to my reset habit weight loss party
Mm-hmm.
or weight loss program.
Okay. Got it.
The same thing goes for the one that I used to do of a mom's night out.
Mm-hmm.
I did 97, 3 hours, because I gave them an entire program. And
Okay.
we booked off that. So my costs were 100
Mm-hmm.
because I bought food and wine.
Okay.
Oh, and they supplied the vodka, even though I made the healthy mojitos and the vitamin.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
But
Drink
they
your own
had so
booze.
much fun. And I would say, look, 10 women, 10 to
Mhm.
15 women, whoever hosts it. So I would always say, who wants to host a healthy mama's night out?
Mhm.
And I did that. Think of if you even have 97 times 10 women,
Mhm.
970.
Okay, well, that would be great. I just have to kind of bring it off all the binders and just bring it up and out to offer it.
I would say it's not even the binders. It's getting really super focused on what you want to offer and why. What are the 10 pain points?
Mhm.
Why do women need this? What are they actually saying? It's not just like I see a lot of coaches say like, well, I want to watch them with their transformation. And I was like, that means nothing to them.
Mhm.
But what are their actual problems? Doesn't matter teacher or not.
Mhm. Well, the most of them want to lose weight because they feel that the stress during the year and the stress of teaching 23 kids all day long is super stressful. And some people, including myself, I always was an emotional eater, and I think most of them want to lose weight and bring their eating under control.
So you can look at end emotional eating. I'm just putting this for anyone watching. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Reset your life.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, I know we always as coaches are like, well, nothing happens in 21 days. No, nothing does happen in 21 days.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. Well, actually, that's not true. A lot happens in 21 days. I've seen coaches even be like, oh my God, I lost 14 pounds going through the detox.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, all of these people, and this is what we have to remember,
Mm-hmm.
we're not books. We're not like, we feel so sold to in life already.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody comes and says, you know what, let's do this 21 days. I'm going to charge you 97.
Mm-hmm.
My goal is to upsell to a single session at 60 minutes. And I want 6 people. So say this. You get really clear on, it's not just, or maybe you're like, oh, wow. Yeah. And you get you bring a friend for free to this workshop.
Mm-hmm.
That is paid at, 35. Nobody thinks about those prices.
Mm-hmm.
Because at 97 for those 20 or 30, between the teachers and your friends,
Right.
100% you can get there.
Mm-hmm.
If you put your mind to it. And if you start talking about, hey guys, I used to feel like really certifiable.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you've gained weight, if you feel like everything that you're eating is not even working anymore,
Mm-hmm.
if you're so high on cortisol levels that your sugars are out of control, and you would kill your friend for a donut or a cookie.
Right. Oh,
I used to-
big sugar, sugar addictions, coffee addiction.
everything.
Yeah.
I used to say, if you would kill your significant other for a cookie, there's a problem. There's
Yeah.
either cortisol, adrenal, dysbiosis.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just get to work, because that's the way that I approach weight loss. So you're not just looking at like, oh my God, it's about building trust. It's same thing with, somebody kisses you. You're not like, oh my God, let me rip. It's like you kiss. You kiss again. There is this ebb and flow. That's a funnel. It's the ebb and flow of a conversation. Whether it's an email with a video, whether it's a landing page. But I would say for the coach who's like, oh my God, tech just makes me feel overwhelmed.
Right.
It's simple. Put that in Teachable. Spend more time, talking about it, communicating, reaching out. Hey, you had said you wanted to do this weight loss. I'm doing it for literally only $97 for 3 weeks, or do it for like 127. Just the biggest thing that I always say with price is relative to everyone. There are people that are like, go high ticket, you're a value. Of course you're value. But in the beginning of coaching, what happens? We don't feel the confidence.
Right.
It screws with our money mindset. We're empaths already. So as empaths, it's hard to charge. So I always say, if you did 97 and your goal was 30, and write down your goals, 2,910. If you upsold 4 women to a single session, did vision boarding, did their blueprint for their daily habits at $600. Then you say at the end of that, this was so amazing. I'm doing this beautiful VIP day. You reach out to a yoga studio. This is what I did. I had to pay, I think it was $350 for the space, but I was like, I had a person who did shaman clearing come. I made raw stuff that day. We did all this. I charged $297. They got a program in 6 hours.
I went to one of those, by the way.
There were 15 women. I made $4,455. I paid the acupuncturist, I paid the shaman clearer, and I paid the raw food specialist, and I made juices.
I love it. I love that you did that.
It's about just building off. I think that's the part that people don't realize. They're like, well, I only want to do this. It's like, you're just building. That's a funnel. You're upselling in the back. You're not like, I'm going to a triple R to that. I mean, you can do that, but it's like in the beginning, new stages of coaching, or sometimes when you're not super clear, what you want to teach, but you're not clear on the marketable message. That's where the funnel breaks. Funnel hacking is really about being like, how can I use one program 5 ways?
Well, that's what I want to do. One program 5 ways. So do I take the 21-day reset and put it on Teachable first, and then back into it by putting the other things that you mentioned first and leading them up to that?
So you want to face-to-face, you want to reach out to those women. I would do individual calls and say this is what I want to do. This is what I think is really amazing. We have this summer, be just yourself. That's the part, I would say for anything else, let me just see one thing. I would say for anyone else, the freebies and the free information or the free webinars or the free workshops or even the paid, you want to think about what are their pain points. So when I think about Reset Your Life in 21 Days, you can do an amazing workshop with that, leading them right to the 21 day. You could also do vision board class and include that as a bonus. So you're like, hey, if you sign up with us, you also get access to class 1, class 2. You could even take any of the handouts. I'm just going to share the screen because this is what I did. I didn't look at a program. I mean, of course I wrote them, but like I always thought about, well, what if I took like the 5 helpful things for you to cleanse your mind and make that even a workshop? That could be free.
Right.
Like even your go-to affirmations guide could be with your vision board workshop for $35. And you already have that. You're just not charging.
Right.
The charge comes in when you say, like, guys, this is going to be so transformational. Like, this is 90 minutes with me. And bringing them to this next place. You can also do the 12 healthy habits and give 3 videos and lead people. So like if you wanted to make a funnel, you can easily have them opt in, land them on a page with 3 videos, and then do a follow-up email series that says, here, you know, buy this, and this is going to be this amazing course. And you can do that on Teachable.
Okay, so this all sounds wonderful and it's completely aligned with what I want to do. The part that I get stuck at is you see the way you say, oh, create a landing page and put it in Teachable. And I could visualize doing all that, but I feel as though I'm going to get stopped up with the technology part.
With Teachable, just so I know, can you create a landing page there? You can create a course page, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so all you have to do is copy the exact verbiage. Like if I wanted to make this in Lead Pages right now, I could make in Lead Page by just copying, putting it there, and then a price. If you want it to be free, I usually do on the website. I tell people just make a WordPress page. Or just even Eventbrite. I mean, I think this is where everyone gets stuck. If you're selling on Teachable, keep it on Teachable. Because, let me just see. I want to just see one thing. This is a person, I interviewed her for my podcast. She's amazing. She does everything on Teachable. So let's just look, course launcher, on the wait list. So this looks like Lead Pages. I'm just interested to see launch your brand. Yeah, these are, but if you wanted to, and this is not to take you off like different platforms, I have played around on a Teachable. I think Teachable is the back end, if I'm correct.
Yes.
This is a great platform. I love Lead Pages because it's this simple. I'm not against ClickFunnels. I actually just put it on hold because I think that it is a little more complicated than Russell promotes it to be. Even though I love Russell and I love his information. But if I wanted to come in here and create a new lead page, and you're saying make sales,
right?
This is $25 a month. I mean, look at, you can sit there and go through and be like, oh, which one do I like? Grand opening, e-commerce shop page, e-commerce catalog page. Let's just say hypothetically we're doing one. Because this is kind of, so let's say I want to use this template. The same thing can be done. The same thing can be done in WordPress. I mean, if you have WordPress, you can do this on a blog. Some of the most like influential coaches, Ariel Fairman, for example, like the face of IN, she did her stuff on a blog.
Wow.
It's just You need a place for them to land.
Right. And Rach, you're very good at all of this because you've been practicing and you've gotten so good at it. But I am a school teacher and I'm not that good at all of this. But
I would do Eventbrite.
And once I learn how to do it, I too will be great at it. But, you know, when you become a health coach, they give you all this wonderful information. And I'm so glad that I did. But there's no one that helps you with the tech part of the nuts and bolts of putting it together.
There isn't. I would do Eventbrite. Even if you didn't want to do it on Teachable. I have to go into forgot my password. But I would do it on Eventbrite because it's simpler. You can get it done in a second. You can always think later about bringing this to Teachable. The goal is first what? Making money back.
Right.
And so I would do on Eventbrite. Let me just show really fast because Eventbrite just let me set my new password.
Okay. Thank you for helping me with all of this. It's awesome.
Well, not just you. I mean, honestly, everyone says the same thing.
It's super frustrating. I have to be really honest with you because I'm so passionate about this, and I had all these binders over here, and I've typed it up, my different workshops, and I have stacks over here, service stacks, and my vision board of how I want my business to look, and I've done it over like 15 times, and I can't bring it off the paper and onto the computer, and that's why I resonate to you, because you make it look so simple.
That was over years of crying.
Great. So how many more years do I have to cry until I bring this to life?
Yeah, because this is the thing. I had a client that I've had multiple clients. Let's just say that we wanted to start this on
July 1st or July 5th after the holiday.
Yeah. Or even like June. For you, July. But I would say for another coach, different, because I would start on the 8th. I'll do the 8th to the 29th. I feel like that's really doable.
Right.
And then we'll just pull an image. Let's just say hypothetically a download of, we'll do this just so we'll pretend this is a Get Off Sugar banner, which the banners, most of them come in there, but let me just remove this and show the one. Because this is what it would look like. Let's say I was promoting the funnel hacking. This was one of the images I was playing around with this morning. I was like, oh, I look too snarky in there.
I liked it.
I know, it was a different,
I liked it.
It was a different one. I was like, wah. Okay. Let me just download an opt-in page, something. Reset your life. Actually, we'll show this because this is how easy the process is. And
I'm taking notes.
We'll show the whole entire process. Because this is where everyone does get stuck. It's not just you.
Honestly, it's real. It's a real struggle. And I understand what you're saying about connecting with people in person. And I do that wherever I go, Trader Joe's, the Y, the gym, but that only can take you so far.
No, it can take you really far. You're just not leading them to, you're like, I do this, but you're not like, I work with women who have massive hormonal issues because of stress. I work with women who feel like they are going to literally jump out of their skin because they don't even like who they are. You're not owning it. And I'm not saying, and that's about every coach. There has to be a massive ownership of the problem, because we own the transformation, because we're like, oh my God, I want to talk about that. But like, they're like, I'm having a problem. And all you're doing is talking about transformation. So when I would go to Whole Foods, I would be like, I would say, look, I work with, women who are really confused about what to feed their kids. They don't even know what to feed themselves. They're exhausted. And they're like, oh my God, you do this? And I was like,
okay.
Yeah, I can help you poop again.
Mm-hmm.
That's my jam.
The problem.
Yeah, like so, and then you add in this,
Mm-hmm.
and then you go in and you go like this. Heading. Oh, sorry. Center. Where's the center button? I'm going to take away out that. Just hit over. Reset your life in only 21 days. Or I would say hit the reset button so you lose weight.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, this is actually mine. So you lose weight and end the stress mayhem. And then it's like, do the same. Just come over here. Bring it over. Same. I mean, they used to have one where it was, you could. Then just like place it. You know? There used to be one where it would let you do the middle. But I mean, I always say Eventbrite. I mean, Gary Vaynerchuk uses Eventbrite.
Okay, no, I could do that. But and how are they paying?
I'm going to show you.
Okay, thank you.
It's psychotic.
That's okay. I get the gist of it.
I mean, how easy it is.
Yeah.
Because then just look, if you wanted to add in a picture, I mean, you can browse and insert. These are old pictures that I have. Actually, it's funny. That's actually an old picture. I mean, you just have to insert blah, 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 go through the blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
Add in the price. I mean, all of that. It will ask you when you first sign up, like to put in your information and stuff like that.
Okay.
And then you say free, paid, donation. I have coaches who still only use this, and they even work with virtual assistants.
Okay.
A free ticket can be a webinar because people are going to sign up and it's going to collect the emails from you. But I'm going to go paid. Now, hint, hint, guys, I also did a pay what you can. So if you wanted to do a donation style, you can do it here. And I would call it like 21 day weight loss, whatever you want to call it. 20, no, we'll just say, I'm the worst at spelling. Dyslexia is one of my friends.
Okay.
And then, you know, enter the total of number of tickets. Like I would keep it at 100, and then I would make this like 97.
Okay. And when you're delivering this, like whoever does sign up to do this, how are you delivering the course? Because there's so many different ways you can deliver the course. You can do a live weekly, you know, there's so many different ways.
Okay. So let's just look at this. Of course, I would make the, I would, you know, go over the page, all that. I would just say, hold on, please enter number. So your buyer total, and this is where actually you can go in and change right here. Like you'll take on the fee because this is an average 2%, whether you're with fees, absorb, you're going to absorb the fees. And grow your revenue with more tickets, refund policy. I would put no refunds if you want that. And then it's like save. Then what you can do is if somebody buys, which you can actually see here, if I go to the publish, it will link it and say, do you want to connect it to MailChimp? But I would say to people, and this is what I did in the beginning, I said, at the moment that I got a download, I just put all of the materials onto a Dropbox, but I would put them into Facebook. I would keep it simple. Look at Teachable as like the next. Make some money for the summer.
Okay, awesome.
Or just, like I said, I don't know, and this is my ignorance, and I apologize for this.
What?
I think you can probably make, because you should be able to make you should be able to make a landing page here. That's the only thing I would look at. Because here she is selling her featured courses.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to keep in Teachable, keep everything. It's the easiest thing to do, and you're doing the same. You're just copying and pasting right here. They're handling all of the money. So if we sign up for her class, it's going to take us to a checkout.
Mm-hmm.
So I would, 2 options. You can do it on Eventbrite, connect it to MailChimp, have the materials in the first email, or just do this on Teachable.
Mm-hmm.
It is that easy to
I've always really had a dream of doing it on Teachable.
do it on Teachable then. Seriously, it's as simple. This is just adding the content right here in a pretty picture.
Okay.
It's the same thing.
And then the videos, I have to go on to Teachable, create the videos.
Yeah, but you know what? This is the thing.
What? Go ahead. I'm all ears.
Do it live. Do the videos. And then that becomes evergreen.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. Promote it. Spend the energy promoting. Everyone's like, oh my God, I got to do this. And I was like, yeah. And I bet you're effing tired by the time you get to the actual promote it. Be like, oh my God, I'm so pumped. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Oh my God, I'm launching this. I've wanted this. Has been my dream.
Mm-hmm.
Share your vision.
Okay.
You know, my vision was that women always knew the signs to look for their autoimmune, that they knew how to be their own doula and their advocate no matter where they went for their child. They knew what the heck to eat and the things that would destroy and hinder their hormones, their digestive health, their detoxification pathways, so they wouldn't get sick like the rest of the world. That was my why. Nothing has really changed.
Yeah, that's true.
Because clearly it rolls off, and that wasn't established in the beginning. My first coach was like, you don't even know who you're working with. And I had my buckets and my pillars. What I hadn't evolved was the comfortability to say what I really felt.
Mm-hmm.
And my fears about the world and my beliefs in what I wanted and what I was going to share. That's what sells. It's not like 2, 15-minute sessions and 1 office hour. It's like, really, fuck that. I mean, I hate to the normal me would have cursed 80,000 times during this, but at the end, it's like, seriously, is that what sells? No. People are scared. They want community. They want someone they can trust. And if you show up and spend that time, take 4 hours this weekend. Say to your loved one, significant other, family, whoever, babysitter, and say, I have to time block this 4 hours to get the sales page up, to come into our paid forum and ask the questions that need to. Because if you have a problem, I will, sign. I mean, I have a Teachable, but I will mock a sales page. Just like that one, because that's the hacks that we need to know. We can't always depend on somebody. It's like I always say, you want to own a restaurant, you need to know how to, be a waitress and be a line cook and the cashier. That's the overwhelming part of an entrepreneur. It's not just starting a business as a health coach. It's, my God, there's so many moving parts. And I hear the same thing. I sit down in front of the computer, I'm paralyzed. And it's like, well, time block. You've got a goal to get the program into Teachable. You're going to do the videos on Zoom. You want it under 45 minutes. Pay for you have the free.
Right.
Stop huffing and puffing. Or pre-record the videos on Zoom under 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And just be yourself. Be like, hey guys, I'm taking you through the program this 3 weeks. I want to share these really special things. Today we're going to talk about eucalyptus. It helps the liver to move. So we're going to go like this. We're going to say our affirmation. We're going to set our intentions for that. Come into the group. Share your intentions while we put this on the back of our neck so our liver moves.
Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah, don't overthink it. My first week, I would make even 21-day programs 30. Because I gave the first week for everyone to come in. And I would say you have to share your intentions, your affirmations, and in red lipstick, put on the mirror what your I am affirmation is.
I love it.
So everyone, or I said, or you have to write in red lipstick, and they would always be like, my husband was asking me, how long is this going to be on? And I'd say, unapologetically, this is for you. That's for how long you need it.
Okay. So you're saying live in the Facebook or on Wednesday nights at 7, come on. And that's when I do the teaching.
Exactly. And, you know, that's why I always did. And people thought I was crazy and that I wouldn't make money. But I did my detoxes that were even 2 weeks, 4. Because it takes people to come in and get a probiotic, set their intentions and feel comfortable. And even in the groups, buddy up with somebody. That's how we make massive. My favorite Tony Robbins line is small steps, massive action.
Yeah, love it.
So he's been accused of a myriad of different things, but we still love Tony Robbins.
Okay, Rach, thank you so much. This was so valuable. My children are pouring at the door, and this one has to get picked up, and I have to run all the carpools. But
listen, even take that you just said at this end, because that is your avatar.
Okay.
What you just said is reality.
Yeah.
So, go get the kids, get them.
Get to the gym, make the dinner. Exactly.
Yeah. That is the busy woman, the corporate woman, the teacher, the human.
Okay. Awesome. Right. Thank you, Rach. Thank you so much. This was wonderful.
My pleasure, girl. My pleasure.
Okay. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye, honey. All right, guys. So what we're going to do is this for the next 13 days. This was just day 1. We will also be putting together the document that we did today and putting that like on a download page so it's really easy to like navigate. But please sit there, think about all the things today, these different ways to hack your funnel, these different ways to share your message, because there's not just this one approach. And that's my big why always in business. Just like there's not this one approach to health. There's not like, oh, here's this SIBO protocol, or here's this Candida protocol, or here's this hormone. There are tons of different approaches, especially with hormones, especially with SIBO, especially with H. pylori. Same as with your business. Remember, where are you right now? What do you need to focus on? Make sure you come into our paid group. The free one that you're seeing this live into is our free group. But come in where our moderators and myself can love you up. If you need additional support, think about the membership. And if you have any questions, please reach out at yourhealthcoachbiz.com. Drop in your question. I will personally answer it, or if you need to get on the phone and we figure out what are the right programs, freebies, workshops, the funnel for you, please guys, don't waste your money. Let's talk about it. Nail down your story, just like we evolved with Janet. You know, and I had even been on a strategy call with Janet and we had talked, but you want the program in your signature business to reflect your why, your deepest, scream from the mountaintops kind of talk. So I love you all. Big hugs and kisses to everyone. If you have any questions, tag me at Rachel Feldman in our paid forums, or if you're seeing this anywhere else, feel free to reach out. Bye, guys. I will talk to you soon, and come back for day 2 tomorrow of funnel hacking. And please, in the free forum, let us know if you want to be on the hot seat so that we can help coach and also pay it forward to everyone else. All right, guys. Have a beautiful one. To an amazing summer, fall, winter, spring, fall, Q1, 2, Q3, 4, whatever you're doing. You want to make sure your business is what? Voting authority, getting you seen as an expert, polarizing in these key areas, and then having these free lead magnets or low cost leading to your really higher ticket paid offer. So of course it's different one-to-one and groups. Groups are often a third of your coaching price. But remember, price is relative. That is based on your money mindset. That's based on where you live. And it's also based on what you're offering. So with that being said, all my love, I will see you guys. Tomorrow we will definitely be hacking funnel for 3 different coaches. So please show up and let us know, or let us know in advance. And we are here to help you. See you later, guys.